They've had a lot of injuries on their defense. You see a lot of guys out. What do you see from their defense now, maybe compared to earlier in the year, and how do you attack them?
Well, I mean, UCLA is always talented. Like they have had injuries and everything, but I'm sure that they have really good athletes in the second and third string. So I'll try. I took note of it, but I try not to pay too much attention to it because I can't say, oh, they have injuries. Let's play less down or less kind of aggressive and everything. So I treat it the same way as if they were all 100% healthy.
Does the defense look any different though than it did maybe earlier in the year? Or?
Yeah, they look a little different here and there. I mean, Miles Jack, the biggest injury. He guarded me last year, and I was definitely the most athletic linebacker I've seen. But he's the big one that makes a huge difference, I think, to the defense, just kind of as a unit. But other than that, I don't see a huge difference.
Did it take time to put the Utah loss behind you, and just what on offense? How do you view Jared's performance? I mean, is that just an aberration, or is it something that is a learning experience, or?
Knowing Jared, seeing Jared over these last couple of years, I think it's a fluke. It happened. That was, a lot of people like to say it's like the lights were too bright for him or something like that. I don't think the lights were too bright for him. He just had a bad game, and people had bad games. So, it kind of sucks that we were one possession away from winning that game. But when I look back into it, like, we had a terrible game offensively, and we were one possession away from being the number 5 team in the nation. So it's bad that we lost, but there's a lot of positives that we can go off of and that we've gone off of coming into this week.
Did you get to see much film of the Stanford-UCLA game? Stanford had a lot of success with the tight end play. Are you kind of hoping to emulate that a little bit?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I definitely kind of look to have a successful game each week, but Stanford's offense obviously a lot different from ours. I imagine they don't use their tight end as Coach Franklin uses me. So it's going to be a different scheme. Stanford they're big, physical. They try to beat you down with a spread, but you know that. And it's going to be a different scheme. So it's hard to tell if I'm going to have the same success as they are, but every game I hope to have a good game. So definitely.
Stephen, given that you guys think every game is a big game, how critical is this one to sort of fully flush the other one out of your system and get the 6 wins and sort of lift a little bit of a load off? It's for a lot of your guys who are from LA, it's probably a big deal, their last game in LA. Can you give us some context to how you guys view this game?
Well, yeah, just like you said, we take every game seriously. UCLA is always a big game because there's a lot of ties to that area on this team. I mean, it's important. It will be a big lift. I mean, I don't. In practice, I didn't feel like the mentality of everyone was any different than any other week before that. We know what we had to correct from the Utah game, and we have corrected those. And we're just ready to play, ready to get back on this win streak.
What are the challenges for playing a Thursday game in terms of just the difference in the schedule and kind of the disruption of your routine?
Well, it's midterm season. A lot of people, I'm fortunate enough to have my midterm later, so I got like 2 weeks to prepare. But it's a change up definitely. Just the timing of when we go down there on a Wednesday right in the middle of the week. So we have to kind of be disciplined and getting our work done because usually like game day, you really don't want to be in the hotel doing homework and everything. So we had to adjust. But me personally, and it's my like 5th year senior, I've adjusted to like this kind of schedule a lot. So I feel like I'm a seasoned vet to it, but other guys may they may not be adjusted, but it's something you gotta adjust to. There's not a lot of Thursday games for us over the years, so it's just like a one-time thing. But it is a little more difficult than usual.
Is it exciting though to be, you guys have the highest ranking in a while, to be in national, in the primetime spotlight?
Definitely. It's always exciting, kind of bringing this program back, especially from where we started. But it's so you just have the same mentality as a team. We just taking it 1 week, one play at a time, and what Coach Franklin says, we always try to go 1-0 every week. So definitely, it's an exciting time. There's a lot more attention than usual, but same mentality. We're gonna have our details right, and we're gonna always care for each other as a team, and nothing's gonna change.
Stephen, you say you have no midterms, but will you have any academic responsibilities on Thursday morning, sitting around in the hotel?
I do know that they're handing out a study guide to the midterm that I do have, and I've emailed my GSI, and I asked her if I could get that electronically since I won't physically be there on Thursday. But yeah, that's about it. That's just one midterm. I'm wrapping up my undergraduate career, so it's not too much class. So
you're not spending 5 hours that you do in school.
yes, that's exactly what that means.
What class is it?
It's for my public health class. It's for poverty and population.
Okay, anything else for Stephen, Henry?
Stephen, they lost back-to-back games, and both were by double digits, yet you guys are entering the game as the underdogs. Does that bother you at all, and do you feel like Cal is getting the national recognition that it deserves?
Yes, yeah, it kind of bothers me and everything. I feel like we haven't gotten the respect that we deserve to this point, but in order to get that, you just got to keep winning. So this is a game everyone's going to be looking at. I think there's only like 3 college games that night, but we're the primetime college game. So all we got to do is come out and have a good performance, and hopefully with more and more wins, then people will be able to open their eyes more about this program, and that's the goal we always had in mind.
Okay, anybody else?
Speaking of that, will most of the people you know be tuning into you guys, or are you worried that there's baseball playoffs, the 49ers are playing that night, I believe, against the Seahawks? Mm-hmm. Is it still going to be hard for you guys to get a lion's share of the viewers in the Bay Area?
Well, the Giants are in the playoffs, so that's a big viewer count that hopefully we'll get. I know the Niners are playing, but the Niners are having a bad year too. So unless there's a lot of Seahawks fans in the Bay Area or just a lot of baseball fans who don't care about football, I like our chances and getting a good amount of viewers. So I'm optimistic about that.
Steven's not worried about getting drafted by the San Francisco Giants, so maybe the New York Giants. Okay, anything else for Steven? Okay, thank you.